You lie in bed, the room dim, perhaps only the faint glow from a street lamp slipping between the blinds, painting thin gold bars across the ceiling. Your phone rests on the nightstand, screen black at last, but the afterimage lingers. Endless names, faces, updates, a river of other people's lives flowing past without ever touching yours. You turn onto your side, pull the blanket to your chin, and still the restlessness moves beneath your skin like a current that has nowhere to go. It is not dramatic, this feeling. It does not arrive as despair or panic. It arrives as absence, as if you have misplaced something essential but cannot remember what it was called. You check the usual places, your calendar, your messages, your inbox, but nothing is missing there. The appointments are kept, the replies are sent, the boxes are ticked. And yet the sense remains. You are not located, not properly, not in the way that makes the world lean back and say, yes, there you are. You breathe slowly now, in through the nose for 4 counts. Hold softly, out through the mouth for 6. Again. The breath is a small anchor. It reminds your body that it is still here, still held by gravity, still wrapped in cotton and wool. But the mind keeps drifting. It drifts toward the thought that has visited you more often lately. Once, a letter needed only a handful of words to find its person. The house by the mill, the cottage under the beech tree, the smithy's lad beyond the ford. No numbers, no streets, no postcodes stretching like long, impersonal codes across continents. Just place. Just the quiet confidence that place would remember. Close your eyes now. Let the lids grow heavy, so the darkness behind them is softer than the darkness in the room. Let your attention rest there. You do not need to solve anything tonight. You only need to listen. Listen to the part of you that still knows what it means to be found without effort. In the world you inhabit, finding someone requires intention. You type their name into a search bar. You scroll through mutual friends. You verify the profile picture against memory. Even then, certainty is thin. People move. They change handles. They archive their lives. They disappear behind privacy settings or new cities or new names. You can lose someone without ever losing sight of them. But in the world that shaped your bones, long before you were born, yet carried forward in the shape of your longings, loss was harder in a different way. If people vanished only when the land itself swallowed them. Fever, the sea, a fall from the hayloft, a march to war. Otherwise, they remained legible. The landscape kept them filed. The mill wheel turned. The river kept its bend. The lane remembered every footfall. If someone walked out of sight, the place still held their outline. You exhale now. Let the breath carry away the tension in your jaw. Let your tongue rest softly behind your teeth. Feel how strange it is to miss something you never lived. You miss it anyway. Not because the past was gentle. It was not. Winter killed. Childbed killed. Work broke bodies long before old age had the chance. Teeth rotted. Hunger was a season, not an event. Feuds simmered for generations over boundary stones no one could quite agree upon. Gossip could ruin faster than fire. Yet within all that hardness, there was a strange softness. You were known without needing to explain yourself. Your contradictions were public property. Your kindnesses and your cruelties were woven into the same story the village told about itself. You were allowed to be imperfect because the place had already decided you belonged. Now, notice the difference. Today, belonging must be earned, curated, maintained. You must post the right things, respond the right way, signal the right values, perform consistency. If you change your mind too publicly, the crowd recalibrates its affection. If you are silent too long, you fade from relevance. Identity is no longer a gift from the landscape. It is a project. And projects are exhausting. You shift your legs under the covers. Feel the sheet slide cool against your calves. Let your feet relax, on toes uncurling. There is no need to defend yourself here. No audience watching, no likes to lose. Only this voice, low and steady, guiding you deeper. Deeper into the body, deeper into the breath, deeper into the memory that lives beneath memory. Imagine, not as escape, but as recognition, a lane at dusk. Hawthorn hedges tall on either side, their branches knit together overhead so that the sky shows only in slivers. The air carries the scent of wet moss, wood smoke, the faint metallic edge of the river. Your boots know the path. The slight rise where the ground was once a sheep track, the hollow that floods each spring, the place where the roots of an old oak buckle the stones. You do not need to look down. Your body has walked this way in rain, in snow, in heat that made the air shimmer. It has walked it carrying water, carrying firewood, carrying grief, carrying joy. The path has accepted every version of you. Ahead, the wheel of the mill groans once, twice, then settles into its slow rhythm. Someone has opened the sluice higher. The sound is as familiar as a heartbeat. You round the final bend, and there it is, the house by the mill. Low stone walls, slate roof patched in places with newer tiles. Smoke drifts from the chimney, thin and blue in the cooling air. A dog lifts its head from the doorstep, regards you for a moment, then lowers its muzzle again. Satisfied. No one calls out your name. They do not need to. The place has already said it. Inside, the firelight moves across the walls. Someone stirs a pot. Someone else mends a sock by the hearth. Ordinary sounds, spoon against iron, needle pulling thread, become liturgy. You step across the threshold, and the room accepts you without question. Your coat is taken. Your boots are nudged toward the fire. A chair is pushed back. A bowl is filled, all without ceremony. All because you are the one who belongs here. You never had to prove it. You simply arrived. Let that image soften now. Let the colors mute. Let the sounds recede until only the river remains, murmuring over stones. You are not there. You are here. And here is enough for this moment. Feel how your shoulders have dropped a fraction more. How your breath has found a slower cadence. In, hold 4. Out 6. Good. The longing you carry is not a betrayal of the present. It is a compass needle trembling toward true north. It points toward a time when identity was not a performance, but a location. When trust did not require contracts, or background checks, or mutual follows. When a stranger could ask for the house by the mill and be directed without suspicion. Because suspicion cost more than kindness in a world where everyone would meet again tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. Trust was practical. It was cheaper to assume goodwill than to guard against malice 24 hours a day. You feel that practicality now, settling into your bones like warmth from a fire you did not light. No one romanticized it then. They simply lived it. They cursed the mud. They cursed the cold. They cursed the landlord and the tithe and the early frost that took the oats. They cursed each other sometimes, but they did not curse the fact that they were known. That knowledge was infrastructure. It was the bridge across the river, the shared plow, the communal oven. It made survival possible. You do not need to wish yourself back into that hardship. You only need to honor the part of you that still hungers for that infrastructure of recognition. Honor it by feeling it fully. Let the feeling move through you without resistance. Let it pool behind your heart, cool and quiet. Now let your attention drift lower, to the belly. Feel the gentle rise and fall. Each breath, a small wave lapping at the shore of your awareness. The restlessness that walked with you into this bed is quieter now. Not gone. Nostalgia does not vanish on command, but gentled. It sits beside you like an old dog, head on paws, eyes half closed. You do not need to feed it stories of a golden age. There was no golden age. There was only legibility. And legibility gave people something modern life rarely offers, the relief of being finished explaining. You were the one who sang off key at the well. You were the one whose cow kicked the bucket every milking. You were the one who mended nets faster than anyone else in the village. These facts were not achievements or failures. They were coordinates. They placed you. You exhale again. Longer this time. Let the breath carry away the last of the day's armor. Let your hands rest open. Let your face soften. The world outside continues. Tires on wet roads, distant voices, the low hum of electricity in the walls. None of it requires you right now. You are released. Sink now. Not dramatically, not with effort. Simply allow the mattress to take more of your weight. Allow gravity to do what it has always done. Your legs grow heavy. Your arms grow heavy. Your eyelids are impossibly heavy. The image of the house by the mill returns one last time. Faint now, like smoke remembered. You see the wheel turn once more. Slow, slower, still. The dog dreams. The fire settles into embers. The river keeps its own time. And you are no longer walking toward anything. You are simply here, breathing in the dark, held by the small, stubborn fact of your own existence. No explanation needed, no proof required. Only this quiet, only this descent, only this soft, unhurried dissolving. The embers glow faintly, then dim, then quiet, quiet.